difficult problems. Yet they did the same thing to Trump, did they not? I mean, they called him an autocrat, and he was a mini dictator, and he was going to start World War III. The same playbook against Trump they're using against these new populist leaders in Europe.
Yes, I mean, it's the only playbook they have, which is to demonize their opponents as fascists and bigots and racists. And both the American people and our friends across Europe aren't buying the lies and smears anymore. Look, as you said, who's really fascist here? It was Biden's DOJ that sent a SWAT team that sent 30 armed federal agents to a pro-life pastor's house. While real criminals, violent thugs, gang members are on the streets shooting people, beating them, assaulting them, undisturbed, unmolested, no one's even touching them. This administration is the administration that is trampling on our basic rights and freedoms, whether you're talking about Meloni or Donald Trump or every single House member running under the Republican banner this year. They're going to label all of them as fascist. And you know what? The more they lie, the more the American people are going to rise up and say no.
You gotta love him claiming like nobody's buying it in Italy and America. They're not buying. Again, party got 26% of the vote. It's bad, and because they have this complex parliamentary system where there's proportional representation mixed with some first past the post. That means that she, in combination with other far-right parties, will be in control, but it's 26%. Oh, also, Trump lost the election. I know that they love to pretend that didn't happen, but let's be clear about that. So if you're talking about if people are in support of something that makes it good, that kind of by definition makes your movement bad. But more importantly, like think about the projection there, that Biden is trampling on people's rights. They literally just banned abortion in multiple states over the past month. What rights has Biden taken away? I honestly don't know. Because as always, they're not making any specific claims. He doesn't cite which rights of yours have been taken away. I know that they're coming to take your guns away probably tomorrow. It's been true for the last 20 years. Someday they're going to get around to it. But you'll notice also there, he said, as an example of Biden apparently being a totalitarian, they sent DOJ agents to this pro-life pastor's house. You'll notice he doesn't say why. You want to know why? Because that guy had multiple times gone to abortion clinics and assaulted people physically. And finally, they were doing something about it. They have been defending him on Fox all week about that, never citing the violence that actually led to it. So he wants to pretend that he's against violence, and he'll invoke, as fascists always do, the idea of the idea is you're supposed to be scared of ethnic minority thugs and gang members running rampant in the city centers. That's a common trope. But he's perfectly fine with that pro-life pastor assaulting multiple people as he tries to strip people's rights away. Rayyvana, I know like we shouldn't expect much from Stephen Miller. He's a propagandist. If this was, late 30s in Germany, he would be rushing to throw on the uniform. Nobody's surprised by that. But the fact that there's no pushback, he doesn't have to say anything specific. It's just so frustrating.
I mean, not even just 1930s Germany, he would be rushing. He's wearing it under that suit right then in that interview. He's always got a Nazi uniform underneath his clothes, like a Nazi Superman, just waiting to rip it off. But I do like the idea that these politicians, these populist, fascist, far right politicians, particularly in Europe, as he mentioned, are being branded by the left, by the woke, as racist, as fascist, as whatever. They're not. They're being branded by that as themselves. They're doing it themselves. They're especially in Europe. A lot of politicians who are racist, far right conservatives in America have to put up this sort of veneer of, oh, I'm not racist. I just don't like immigration. Whereas a lot of far right fascist politicians in Europe don't do that. They'll say, oh yes, I am racist. I don't want these types of immigrants coming to our country because I want to preserve the white race in our country. So it's just a ridiculous idea that they're being branded this way because, the left just hates family values and not because that is literally how they are representing themselves to the world.
Yeah, the right wing here has got to be so jealous of that. The fact that you can just be relatively more open about it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.